Hello everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040, bringing to you some very shocking and sad news from the world of comic books, where it has been announced and confirmed that IDW Publishing are set to lose their license for Transformers and G.I. Joe at the end of 2022. And, these stories have been rumoured and going around for a long time, going all the way back to December, that Skybound were in talks to pick up the license from Hasbro to issue the Transformers and G.I. Joe comics, because we all know that Skybound are the imprints run for The Walking Dead, led by Robert Kirkman, who is the creator. But they were just rumours, I didn't really think a lot of them. But after the news has just broke out from the HollywoodReporter.com, it's official that Transformers and G.I. Joe are going to be losing their publishing license for their respective franchises. And a statement on this article from HollywoodReporter.com reads as the following. At the end of 2022, IDW will bid a fond farewell to the publication of G.I. Joe and Transformers comics and graphic novels. We're exceedingly proud of our stewardship of these titles, 17 years with the robots in disguise and 14 years with a real American hero, and thank the legion of fans for their unwavering support month in and month out. We're also eternally grateful to every one of the talented creators who helped bring these characters to full-colour life through our comics. Now, we're just going to talk about Transformers for the moment because I feel that's a much bigger deal than G.I. Joe, all due respect to them. Originally, Dreamwave picked up the rights to issue Transformer comics in 2001, and they started releasing Transformers titles in 2002. So bear in mind, that's 20 years ago, and a lot's happened in those 20 years. And Dreamwave lasted, I would say, almost 18 months. That's quite short for a publication company to last, but they released a lot of good titles. And then in 2005, IDW Publishing picked up the rights to Transformers, and they've been releasing titles for the last 17 years, as they mentioned on HollywoodReporter.com. So think about that for a moment. 17 years of Transformers titles, that's a lot. And unless someone will pick up the license and publish these titles, if that's the way they're going to go, then I think IDW Publishing have nothing to be ashamed of, because 17 years of comic book titles is very impressive. And, they've released some unbelievable titles. Transformers Spotlight, which is one of my favourites. Each character getting their own standalone story. Very impressive. Very well done. So you could have guys like Mirage would have his own story. Ironhide, Optimus Prime, Soundwave, Shockwave. That's a series that could just go on forever, because there's so many different characters in the Transformers history and their universe. You could just keep doing that forever. And that's something I'd like to see them bring back one day, because I think there's a lot of potential for lesser known characters to get more exposure, which they did, but I definitely would like to see more of that in the future. And you also had Infiltration, Devastation, the Combiner Wars. You had all sorts of different titles came out. But I feel, as great of the stuff that IDW have done with Transformers, when they did the reboots not too long ago, I kind of feel that they lost a bit of their lackluster. I feel like the quality was not quite where it was, and I feel they lost a little bit of their magic. I mean, there were still some good titles coming out, don't get me wrong, but I can't help but feel that since they did the reboots, it wasn't quite the same. But, however, I did like the Shattered Glass series that came out just recently. I thought that was very good. The concept of Autobots being portrayed as evil and the Decepticons being portrayed as heroic. So, I thought that was a very good, exceptional series. But I don't know, really. I mean, I still enjoy the comics. Still a huge fan. But I don't know, really. I feel like there's something missing. I just don't think it's been as good as it should have been. So who knows? Maybe if Transformers get picked up by a new licensing company, maybe they might freshen everything up. Maybe they might still do something good. But we'll just have to see, really. And G.I. Joe, I've enjoyed the G.I. Joe crossovers. They've been a lot of fun with the Transformers. Some of them have been very, very good. And it's a shame, really, that, this has happened. I kind of feel like, an end of an era is upon us. So many things are ending, but I feel that some things are just not ready to end just yet. But there's some good news here, so it's not all bad. On HollywoodReporter.com, they also state that the monthly Transformers series, which is just called Transformers, will wrap up by midsummer. Beast Wars will wrap up too in the summer. And they also say this will lead to 2 new miniseries events, and the company will also publish a variety of special one-shot projects spotlighting heroes and villains from across the Transformers history. So even though it could be over, it's not over yet, so that's good to know. Meanwhile, on the G.I. Joe front, they also state that the company is planning a blowout celebration later with a milestone issue. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, issue number 300. Wow. Unbelievable. And then also in the spring, G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, The Saturday Morning Adventures will offer a 4-issue send-up of the beloved 80s cartoon. So that's kind of more like a tie-in sort of series to the classic cartoon. So that's their way of commemorating the 40th anniversary of the show, as well as the modern iteration of the military toy brand, and there also is several projects in the works. So there's been some good news. And also states here, licensed properties have been a major part of the business plan for IDW, which for a time rose to become a top non-DC and Marvel publisher after Image Comics and Dark Horse Comics. The company will need to refocus after earlier this year losing publishing rights to Star Wars and a Marvel comic. Skybound has yet to comment on a potential deal with Hasbro. Well, I'd like to think that Hasbro and Skybound could come to some sort of deal, and I'd like to think Skybound could pick up Transformers because, Transformers comics have been so good, and it'd just be a shame to just end it like that. So I'd definitely like to see Skybound, or if not them, someone else pick up the rights and issue these comics, because I'm a big fan, and I'm pretty sure there's loads of people out there who are big fans of the comics and still buy them. So we'll just have to wait and see, really. But for all intents and purposes, it looks like Transformers and G.I. Joe are set to end with their licensing with IDW Publishing at the end of 2022. Such a shame, really, but we'll just have to wait and see, really. But for the moment, IDW are still releasing titles, and they will continue to do so until such time there is no more titles left. So we're just going to see how things unfold in the next few months. So that's going to be it from me. I am going to wrap this up now. What's your thoughts on IDW Publishing losing their licensing for Transformers and G.I. Joe? Are you sad? Are you shocked about this news? And also, do you think it's a possibility that Skybound could pick up the rights to these franchises and possibly start both of them afresh? And if not Skybound, is there someone else out there you would like to see pick up the rights to these franchises? What about Boom Studios? Would you like to see them do something similar to what they've done with Power Rangers? Or would you like to see someone completely new start everything up from scratch? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below. I really want to hear your thoughts and opinions on this shocking news regarding Transformers and G.I. Joe. So until next time, take care everybody and stay safe. And once again, as always, thanks for listening.